Palermo, 1902, a town where the air was thick with whispers of power, loyalty, and vendettas. In the shadow of Mount Pellegrino, young Carlo Gambino was born, not just into a family, but into a legacy. His family's loyalty to the Mafia wasn't a choice. It was the air they breathed, the blood in their veins. The boy would grow up understanding one rule above all: silence was survival. December 1921, Carlo, who had already made his bones in Sicily, was bound for America and snuck aboard a ship to the States. Norfolk, Virginia was his first stop, but Brooklyn was the promised land, and with relatives like the Castellanos already entrenched in organized crime, Carlo didn't need no map. He knew exactly where he belonged. By 1930, Carlo Gambino had already learned one of life's most valuable lessons: how to slip through the cracks. A suspicious arrest here, a larceny charge there. He had his run-ins with the law, but it was never enough to pin him down. The cops chased shadows, but Carlo, he was already onto the next hustle. The Castellammarese War was a blood-soaked chess game, and Carlo Gambino found himself backing the right king, Lucky Luciano. When Joe Masseria and Salvatore Maranzano fell, it wasn't just the end of a war. It was the birth of order and a new kind of chaos. The Mafia had a commission now, and Carlo was climbing the ranks. Marriage for Carlo wasn't about love, it was about legacy. In 1932, he wed Catherine Castellano, intertwining his bloodline with one of the Mafia's most formidable families. Together they built a fortress, not of stone, but of loyalty and power. Prohibition turned hustlers into kings, but kings have enemies. In 1937, Carlo Gambino's empire of bootleg booze caught up with him. The feds wanted him out of the picture, and for 22 months they got their wish. But prison didn't break him, it sharpened him. In 1951, power shifted once again. The Mangano brothers vanished, leaving Albert Anastasia as boss. Carlo was no longer just a player, he was a trusted lieutenant in the game of high stakes. October 1957, a barbershop chair became Albert Anastasia's tomb, and Carlo Gambino's throne. The old ways of chaos died with Anastasia, replaced by Carlo's quiet, calculated rule. Appalachian was supposed to be a council of kings. Instead, it became a circus. When the cops stormed Joseph Barbera's estate, Carlo slipped away, leaving others to face the cameras in cuffs. The Mafia's veil of secrecy was ripped, but Gambino, he remained untouchable. In 1959, Carlo didn't just beat his enemies, he buried them. Framing Vito Genovese in a drug conspiracy was a masterstroke. Gambino didn't need a gun to win. He used the system against itself, turning his rival's ambition into his undoing. 1962. Carlo didn't just build alliances, he married into them. His son's union with Francis Lucchese sealed a pact that turned families into empires. In 1963, Joseph Bonanno tried to rewrite the rules, plotting to kill Gambino and other bosses, but betrayal came from within. Carlo knew how to handle dissent, swiftly and decisively. June 28, 1971, a public rally turned into chaos as Joseph Colombo was gunned down. Many suspected Carlo's hand in the attack, a reminder that even the boldest had to bow. 1972. When Thomas Ebole met his end, it wasn't just about money. It was about power, control, and making sure no loose ends threatened Carlo's empire. October 15th, 1976, Carlo Gambino, the quiet architect of the underworld, breathed his last in his Massapequa home. No bullets, no betrayals, just a heart that gave out after 74 years of ruling the shadows. His funeral drew hundreds, but his legacy drew millions into a story that's still being told. Carlo Gambino's life wasn't a story of blood and violence. It was a lesson in power. Quiet, enduring, and unrelenting. He didn't just play the game, he wrote the rules. And for better or worse, those rules are still in play.